Stewart, Assistant Professor of Primary Care at KCU Joplin, is here to share lifestyle changes to lower the risk of Parkinson's disease. The information you sent over, we talked about this earlier on Living Well, that it's actually on the rise. And so these are all things that we need to adapt into our daily workouts or our daily day-to-day care for ourselves.
Yes, yes. And, you know, the concern is by 2050, they're expected to have 25 million people that have Parkinson's disease. Yeah. So that's pretty staggering. It's the most rapidly growing neurological disorder in the entire world.
I just didn't realize it was on such a rise and that there were things we could do to maybe help prevent it.
Yeah, you know, like a lot of the things we talk about here on Living Well, it's really boils down to exercise and diet. Everything that we put in our mouth has a direct effect on our health, from our cardiovascular well-being to all the other kinds of medical problems that we could have. A lot of them are contributory to dietary and exercise. So doing exercise helps stimulate the brain cells that produce a neurotransmitter called dopamine. And what Parkinson's disease is, it's a loss of cells that produce the dopamine that allows you to be able to function with mobility and balance and all those kinds of things. Some of the symptoms that we see with Parkinson's are usually you'll come up with a tremor. Oftentimes it'll be with one hand to start out with.
That's how it starts?
It can start out that way, yes. Loss of balance, loss of memory, loss of concentration, kind of slow movements can also be some of the signs that we see for people who are developing Parkinson's.
Is there an age when this might start to make it?
Well, as we get older, obviously we're going to be more prone to developing it. So that's one of the other risk factors is, you know, it's a natural product of age. But, you know, our diet has a lot to do with it. And there's so many things that are being added to our diets that are really, you know, not in our best interest. A lot of preservatives, things like that. If we go back to the diet, a Mediterranean diet, where you're eating leafy vegetables, fresh vegetables, things that aren't processed with pesticides and those kinds of things like that. Pesticides are another cause of developing Parkinson's. So, you know, having those kinds of things, avoiding those kinds of things in your environment will definitely help you reduce the possibility. And it's interesting because I used to think there was a huge genetic component, but only about 15% of people who end up with Alzheimer's actually have a family history of Alzheimer's. So they're actually looking more at the diet and the exercise component, and that's the areas where we can have an effect, you know, eating fruits, eating vegetables, eating whole grains, eating good low-fat proteins food, those kinds of things all will help contribute to the delay and maybe the prevention of developing Parkinson's.
And we're almost out of time, but I think we have a graphic that we can bring up just to show sort of a quick bullet points.
Sure.
We actually showed that already.
Sure.
So things to do, there it is. Sleep is important as well. How do you reduce your toxin exposure?
Yes, how do you do that?
Yeah, you know, try to go to your local, farmers markets. Those are good places, and know where your food is coming from. I think the big concern is so much food is being processed that we really need to avoid that processed food and eat the more wholesome types of fruits and vegetables.
Yes, and this is a good time to start that with the new year, isn't it?
It is, it is. New Year's resolution, I'm going to eat healthier.
Yes, thanks so much for being here, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
And still to